click on subscribe button and press bell icon to get latest update on my upcoming videos. You won't believe these creative places couples have chosen to have a wedding. They have chosen from Mount Everest to gravesite. So in the meantime, meet 10 unusual weddings from around the world. Mount Everest. A traditional wedding just wasn't enough for this Sacramento couple. James Sissom and Ashley Schmieder married at 17,600 feet on March 16, 2017, at the Mount Everest Base Camp. Adventure photographer Charlton Churchill documented the union, and the couple was the first to be wed there in formals. Getting amazing photographs of this unique wedding was no easy accomplishment for anyone involved. The trio trained for a year to get up the mountain, including spending 2 to 3 weeks at Everest to acclimatize to the conditions. Top of 3 planes. In 2008, a daring couple held their wedding on the wings of 3 planes, 1,000 feet above the ground. Groom Darren McWalters stood on the top wing of a biplane while his bride Katie Hodgson flew on the wing of an identical aircraft. Dressed in a full rev, George Brigham flew ahead of the couple on the wings of a third aircraft and brought the Lancashire couple together in holy matrimony over an airborne communication system. The ceremony was played through loudspeakers at the RFC Rentcom airfield, near Cirencester, Gloucestershire, to the congregation waiting on the ground below. Parents' gravesite. It's not uncommon for a groom or bride to honor a deceased parent on their wedding day, but one Minnesota couple took it a step further, exchanging vows in front of their parents' gravestones at their wedding in 2012. While it might seem like a strange venue for most guests, Diane Waller and Randy Kjarland explained that they felt that it was the right way to include their parents in their big day, since they had always approved of the couple's relationship. As expected, not everyone approved of their decision to wed at the Oakwood Cemetery in Austin. Nevertheless, approximately 50 to 60 guests attended the graveyard wedding. Bridge. It was love at first sight when Jard Wallace and new wife Samantha first saw Waitara's Bertrand Road Bridge, which later became the venue for their wedding. Samantha came across the bridge while out with a group of friends and from that moment on wanted the quaint wooden structure to feature in her dream wedding. The bridge was originally built in 1897 and from 1985 to 2004 was closed to vehicles, but remained open to pedestrians. After more than $600,000 was raised by the Bertrand Road Suspension Bridge Trust, it was repaired and fully reopened in 2006. Nearly 100 guests gathered at the base of the bridge, as the groom waited for his fashionably late bride-to-be. Underwater. In 2015, a Miami couple tied the knot beside an iconic underwater statue off the Florida Keys. Kimberly Triolet and Jorge Rodriguez married right next to the Christ of the Deep statue, positioned in 25 feet of water about 5 miles off the coast. A notary public used an underwater slate for the exchange of vows during the wedding ceremony, witnessed by friends and other divers aboard a boat from Amy Slate's Amore Dive Resort in Key Largo. Their wedding marked the 50th anniversary of the Christ statue, which was submerged August 25, 1965. Ice-cold water. In 2011, Sergei Konov and his fiancée Irina Kuzmenko got married in the ice-cold waters of the Yenisei River, in the Siberian city of Krasnoyarsk, at a temperature of 30 degrees Celsius. Sergei, also known as the Walrus, is a member of the local ice swimming club and always dreamed of getting married in such extreme conditions, but his fiancée was never a big fan of winter and low temperatures. Still, her love for the Walrus was so great that she agreed to go through this heart-stopping challenge. After taking a nice bath to warm up, Irina followed her beloved into the frozen waters, where their friends were waiting. They circled the happy couple, but with no priest brave enough to marry them, Sergei put airing on it while the crowd cheered. Later, friends and family joined the festivities in a warm wooden cabin and danced the night away. Apple Store. In 2010, an American couple, Josh and Ting Lee, who are obsessed with Apple products, became the first to marry inside one of the technology giant's stores. The New York couple said, "Ito, at the city's Apple store on Fifth Avenue, at 12:01 on Valentine's Day in a ceremony dominated by the company's products and references to them." The pair, who met at the store, had a priest dressed as Steve Jobs, the company's chief executive, and read their vows from iPhones, with their rings tied to a ribbon wrapped around a first-generation iPod. Costco. Santa Maria, California couple Robert and Meredith Bonilla wanted to be married right in the same spot where they first met, the frozen foods section at their local Costco. The wedding took place in 2015 as family and friends came to the store after it closed to celebrate the couple's nuptials. Bonilla stood on wooden pallets and greeted his bride. Afterward, they kissed, shared time with friends, and found a cushy double recliner chair to relax in. Jetpack. Most brides choose to have their dad walk them down the aisle on their wedding day, but Amanda Volf wanted a jetpack instead, flying across the water before landing at her wedding ceremony on the shores of Newport Beach, Calif. Her husband Tobe, Grant Engler, also flew to the ceremony with one of the $90,000 gadgets. In what is being billed as the first jetpack wedding in history instead of a dress, the bride wore white board shorts and rash guard shirt, while Engler donned a wetsuit. In a nod to a more traditional wedding, however, Volf wore a veil and Engler donned a white bow tie. Roller coaster ride. Officials at Cedar Point Amusement Park in Ohio helped a couple take the big plunge on the Millennium Force roller coaster immediately after their ceremony on the park's beach. Why did the new couple start wedded bliss on one of the tallest roller coasters in the world? "I finally got him to marry me, so I was going to do whatever he wanted," jokes bride Angie Brochers. "He wanted to do the coaster, and I went along for the ride."